So, with the final two nominees on the Republican Party for the presidential candidacy of 2024, we have Donald Trump and Nikki Haley. So, Nikki Haley has recently gone viral yet again for saying something stupid. Surprise, surprise. Where I believe she was asked a couple of days ago, or a week or two ago, I forgot the timeline, where does she see retirement age increasing? Now, as we all know, the standard retirement age in the United States is quote unquote 65 years old, which we all know that's a bunch of bullshit, because you see all these elderly people who's in their 70s, hell, even 80s, are still having to work because the United States can't give affordable health care to everybody. But nonetheless, she was asked this question: if you are elected as president of the United States, are you going to increase the retirement age? And this is what she had to say.
What's the right age there then, Ambassador?
Well, I think we have to do the numbers. We've got to figure out what it is. But what we do know is 65 is way too low, and we need to increase that.
Did you hear that? 65 is way too low. According to Nikki Haley, a multi-millionaire politician whose net worth is about $8 million, she is saying that 65 years old is way too low. So imagine you are a Gen Z, okay? You are entering the workforce at a young age, 20 years old, 21, 22, whatever the case may be, and this fuckface becomes president. She's telling you it is not enough for you to work 40 years. She wants you to work 50 plus years and not even be able to barely afford a house, a car, food on the table, clothes on your backs, and everything else that comes with essential needs of living. 65 is too low. 65 is too low. A multi-millionaire. I don't know if they're just on a mission to systematically destroy the middle class, which it seems like they're doing, and they're doing a great job at it, or they're just so out of touch with the reality. First of all, people aren't even retiring at 65, as I just mentioned. If you go out to workforce, you see these elderly people who should be well off retired, enjoying their life with their loved ones, with their family, on vacation somewhat. But they are having to work because they don't have enough money to pay for the constantly increasing mortgage prices. They don't have enough money to pay for the constantly increasing food prices. They don't have enough money to pay for the constantly increasing rent prices. They don't have enough money to pay for the constantly increases gas prices, to pay for the constantly increasing prices to fucking live in the United States of America. They can't even get good health care. It is going to cost them an arm and a leg just for a doctor's visit. And yet this woman is saying 65 is way too low. People do not want to work 50 years paycheck to paycheck being slaves. And you have a multi-millionaire 52-year-old woman who, by the way, once said before that she did not believe racism was an issue in the United States, knock on wood, and also claim to be a brown person instead of a white person, is saying a nonsense shit like this. This is the type of person that you want representing the United States, who believes that 65 years old, the age of retirement, should be increased. What a crock of shit.
Need to do it according to life expectancy.
And again, I had to get that video off TikTok because of life expectancy. She talks about life expectancy, all because, of all the great, pharmaceutical medicine that's out there to save people, all the great pharmaceutical, vaccines that people were forced to take a couple of years ago during the pandemic. All that's all well and good. Forget about the fact that it is becoming unbearable to live. It is becoming a nightmare for people having children in this world to raise. People who are making $80,000 a year solo can't even afford to have their own rent. It is just a shit show. And again, I don't know what her game plan is to try to win this Republican nominee party. As we all know, it's looked like it's going to be a rematch of Donald Trump and Joe Biden version 2.0. I myself do not want to see it. I think that these are two old fucks and we need a new face in the presidency. But it just goes to show you that the presidential election campaign, the presidential election policy, is nothing but a charade. It's a clown show. It's a circuit. We need new young movement. These two fucks, I don't want to see a Biden and Trump rematch. I'm not a fan of either or. But if you put a gun to my head and tell me who do I have to vote for, I'm voting for Donald Trump. Okay, Joe Biden is an incognitive, dumb, old fart doesn't know where the fuck he's at. He just signs bills without reading them, and he is continuously giving our hard-earned taxpayer money to Ukraine, and not to mention all the nonsensical shit that he's been doing since he got in office. I could go on a rant on and on about Joe Biden, but it's clear looking at this chart right here that we're going to see a Trump versus Biden rematch. Trump is clearly blowing away everybody out in the water. 67.7% as of January 23rd. He's the Republican nominee leader for the presidential candidacy, wide lead over Nikki Haley, who sits right there at just 12.4%. But to go back to what Nikki Haley said, and that she expects to raise the retirement age from 65, maybe 70, 75 years old. People don't want to work for nothing. You see the median prices of a home. The average price of a home is $387,000 plus as of November 2023. That's not a new construction home. That's a pre-owned home. You're paying close to 400 grand for a home, and sometimes it's even lower or it's even higher, but that's just the estimated average. You got people, average salary is about what? $59,428. On the other hand, a medium household income, and what I understand, this is household income, means that household income means that it is a 2-parent household. There's 2 people in that household. It was only $70,000 in 2021. So how the hell do you expect 2 people who are working 40 plus hours a week to afford a $300,000 average home price that is continuing to skyrocket in the United States? You want people to work 50 fucking hours to be slaves. That's why I tell everybody, slavery never went away. It was just modified. And we're seeing it now in the modern age, and where we have to see people working themselves to the bone just to barely scrape by. They have no more 401k. They're using up all their funds in their 401k. They have no more retirement. They can't even enjoy their last few years on this earth because they got to worry about the next bill that keeps on constantly increasing. We need to do away with the political party. We have seen it as there's been nothing but a scam. It's been nothing but chaotic, and you have old farts who multi-millionaire people like Nikki Haley who wants to raise your retirement age and want you to work until you die. It is flat out crazy. Let me know what you guys think about her comments. Do you agree, disagree with me? Leave a comment down below, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. Deuces.